Is it really already that time, my friend? Here we are. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. 6:05 is the time. October 22nd. This is Arch City Now, waking St. Louis up Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Or maybe you're waking us up, or we would like you to. Like, subscribe, share the show. Let people know what's going on. I'm Vic Faust, producer Ryan alongside as well. Glad you guys are joining us today and every day. St. Louis news, headlines, sports, whatever's going on. We cover it all. We're grateful that you guys jump in with us and talk to us about anything and everything that's happening in your neck of the woods. If you want to give shout outs for events, things from that standpoint, you can do it online. You can also give us a call if you want to. We always put that number out, 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. You can also jump in and stream us live every day. Join the chat. You can do that at X, at Facebook, and at YouTube. And it's under Arch City Now. We're glad you guys are with us always. Rise, pretty happy this morning. NBA's first night. You hit a little action last night.
Yeah, it was a nice.
And you didn't even know about it.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it. It was a little thing on Prize Picks last night. You know, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I think it was for no. It was Steph Curry for a 0.5 over for 2 points basically, and then there was another freebie with Kevin Durant. They said all you have to do is get 22, so I'm like, all right, bet. And then I think I put down Luka assists because they didn't have LeBron, so I'm like, Luka has to get at least 8 assists, right? So
that would make sense to me,
right? So I was kind of scared about the KD one because he went back to OKC, and I knew they were gonna boo him 24/7. But
a member of the Rockets,
yeah, he got her done though. So.
By the way, NBA kicking back off. OKC. I didn't see the beginning. Did they raise the banner last night?
I think they did the ring ceremony either last night or the night before. But.
It is really such a cool event. I covered sports. I was a sports anchor reporter in Detroit for 6 years before I moved to doing news when I was in Detroit. So in 2004, when the Pistons, I was hired about a week and a half after the Pistons upset the Lakers for the 2004 NBA championship. So then I started to cover the Pistons. You don't think you knew this. I covered NBA every single day, my friend. Oh, what? Well, as a sports guy in Detroit, you have everything.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's what
you got Michigan State, Michigan. Then you've got all 4 sports teams: Lions, Tigers, Wings.
That's one of my
and the Pistons.
Yeah, that's what one of my mentors said. His name Rob Parker.
Oh yeah, we talked about Rob.
Yeah, Rob Parker. That's what he said because he was like, "Yeah, I had to cover the Tigers and all that." I'm like, man.
If you talk to Rob, tell him that you know me, that we worked out. It's pretty interesting. I like Rob a lot. But my point in that story was the ring ceremony in 2005 was absolutely electric. I walk in, and it was my first. I hadn't been to an NBA game yet. So in 2005, they had just upset the Lakers, as I was talking about. The Lakers had assembled what we thought was going to be this improbable team that there's no way they can't win the title.
That was that Karl Malone, Gary Payton.
You got it.
That team was,
They were supposed to be absolutely amazing. And then Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, Rasheed Wallace. He's a treat to deal with. Love his personality, but you never know if he wants to do something bad to you or if he just wants to mess around. That whole team was just phenomenal to deal with. So anyway, the ring ceremony. I walk in and it's absolutely electric. I walk in and Kid Rock's over here to the right, Eminem's over to the left, Aretha Franklin's sitting down there. All of these megastars from Detroit music are sitting there. Uncle Kracker, they'd show them all. Another music guy, Bob Seger, all an event that night. And I'm going, oh my God, this is crazy. And as they raised the banner, it was one of the most electrifying sporting things I've ever been to. Now, it had nothing to do with my love of watching, for example, the 2006 Cardinals take down the Tigers when I was here covering the Tigers. Literally, I was here covering the World Series in 2006 with the Tigers, rooting for the Cardinals privately, and doing live shots on the field when the game ended, and having St. Louis Cardinal fans cuss me out because they thought I was a Detroit Tigers fan. I was like, this is great. But anyway, NBA action back last night. OKC gets the victory. Would they win by a point? Yeah.
Yeah, win by
1 point.
It was a really exciting game. It was a really confusing game. Like, for one, J-Dub, Jalen Williams, the other one, the all-star one, he didn't play. Also, Isaiah Joe didn't play. So the OKC had a shorter bench, but OKC has probably the best bench in the league.
Are you a big NBA fan? You like it?
Yeah, I'm a big NBA fan.
Maybe you can help me win some money this year.
Oh yeah,
betting NBA since you're 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0 for now. Yeah, we gotta hope.
Well, you've got some positive capital to work with.
Yeah, well,
even if it was just a couple dollars, you got some positive capital, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, I looked at my Prize Pick account and I saw $2 in promo money, and I said, "Hey, let's put $10 in there and let's just hope."
That's producer Rye. I'm Vic Faust. Art City Now. We cover it all. We do. We just try to have some fun, get you up and moving around. Jump in the show if you want to. Appreciate you guys watching with us as well. We got a lot that we're going to get to today. Also, what's fun to talk about and what's fun to do as well is when we are able to get people up and early and coming into the studio and spending some time with us. It's not easy. It's early, but here's what we got. We've got a situation today where the number one e-gaming school in the country, maybe the world for that matter, is based right in St. Louis. It is Maryville University. I think the secret's out. I think people know about it. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't realize how big e-gaming is. Maybe you don't understand the amount of money that is involved with e-gaming as well. The advertising dollars that are out there. E-gaming is legit. All you have to do is go to TikTok, go to YouTube, and watch and see how many people are watching others play video games, trying to learn. My kids taught me about this about 8-9 years ago. And I'm like, what are you doing? I was like watching a guy play video games. I'm like, are you, what? What?
How you get good.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, if you want to be the best at whatever your craft is, you got to practice.
Exactly.
You got to put time in. You've got to learn. It doesn't just happen.
And especially for them, for the games they play, they have to they have to watch it and they have to really play it a lot. Like for me on 2K, I just have to watch it and know the moves.
Oh yeah, just wait till you hear what they say, how many hours they put in.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a full-time job.
I know, man. It's one of those things that happens. So we'll talk to Maryville University, a coach, and I guess we would call them. What would you call them? A player?
Yeah.
A game player. Yeah, just like you'd be a football player, basketball player. Yeah. You're a video game player. Yeah. We'll get caught up on some of the terminology. Just looking forward to that. Blues played last night. We'll get into that. World Series starts Friday. Mizzou Vanderbilt preview as well for their Saturday game that's coming up. Very quiet. The college football top 12. They kind of did their, quote, unveiling last night. All it was the top 12 AP teams. That's all they did. They just showed what a mock tournament would look like with the committee. It was kind of silly, stupid, but whatever.
I think the rankings are so weird because I think you should start ranking teams once they start playing their conference.
Yeah, I agree. It's here's the problem. It's never going to happen. It should happen. It's fun to talk about. I've always said you got to wait at least a month.
Yeah, it's like,
because how you get ranked to start the year is really unfair. Look at some of the teams like Penn State, like Clemson, like Texas. What all these teams get ranked high, and then all of a sudden, if they have a couple losses, they're still in the poll and they're still within striking distance. Where if you're not ranked, you lose one or two tight ones and you never got a chance to be ranked. And the AP poll is used in determining how these teams go to the playoffs or not.
No offense, I'm a guy with a journalism degree and everything, but I don't think a bunch of I like the AP, of course, but I don't think they should be used as like the benchmark for where a college football committee to use it.
No, I'm
a good news organization, but it's like doesn't make sense to me. Never did.
Nope, I 100% agree with that too. So that's something that happened last night. You've also got we'll talk a little NBA action. We've got some Albert Pujols news.
Oh yeah, he's
been a hot commodity, St. Louis guy. When it comes obviously from the Cardinals standpoint. When it comes to managerial standpoint, some other things to get into. How about some of that St. Louis County Rams settlement money? This is the county money, not the city money. There was a meeting last night, the St. Louis County Council. They do those on Tuesdays. How do you feel if that money was being used to repave roads in a subdivision, but it wasn't yours? That's going to be an interesting thing because 16 subdivisions were picked to repave the roads. What about the other 1,000 neighborhoods or 2,000 neighborhoods or whatever it is, and they're not getting repaved? Anyway, we'll get into that if you guys want to. St. Louis County Police are renewing their relationship with First Form just over a year after Andy Frisella's comments about female officers. We'll get into that as well. I've always said time heals all, and it should. And that partnership was a good one, meaning they gave a lot of money. First Form gave a lot of money, helped out police that needed it. We'll see where that goes. A new flight service to Portland. If anybody's looking to get to Portland, Lambert now has that taken care of with an airline. We'll get into that as well. I don't know what happened, but it was kind of interesting overnight. Australia's prime minister had to take a emergency landing in St. Louis. A crew member was struck in the head by overhead luggage. So the Australian PM was flying the friendly skies over St. Louis. One of the crew members, I guess, I don't know how luggage is flying around up in a plane, but allegedly it was struck in the head by luggage. Oh, the luggage fell from the overhead. Okay. So Royal Australian Air Force 343 departed DC at 6:17. It was heading west. And then it turned around right above northern Missouri and rerouted to St. Louis Lambert International Airport. So it landed about 7:42. Crew member was taken to the hospital for St. Louis in St. Louis for some treatment. The prime minister was returning to Australia from a trip where he had just met with Donald Trump. So they had to get the crew member taken care of, got him down, got back up, and got back out of town. So there's the excitement for Lambert Airport last night. Heck, while we're talking Lambert, I might as well get into the other story. Alaska Airlines is starting nonstop service from St. Louis to Portland. That was something the airport didn't have before. If many people are trying to get to Portland, they have that now. It's a way to travel to the Pacific Northwest. The nonstop service to Portland starts in May this summer, beginning of summer into spring, May 2026. They're going to operate a daily flight in and out of St. Louis 7 days a week. Portland. You ever been to Portland, my friend?
No, I won't.
It's one city I've never been to. It's Portland. Direct service to Portland. It's the airline's second destination from St. Louis to the Pacific Northwest. So anything that we can add to the St. Louis area, fantastic. Let's do it. We had a lot of flights earlier this year that were canceled from Lambert, and now a couple more flights have been added. So that's always a good thing. 6:19 on a Wednesday morning. It's October 22nd. What's going on in your neck of the woods today? What's happening throughout the St. Louis area? Like, subscribe, share the show. We appreciate it when you guys jump in on the show. We're here for you, making things happen. Any other stories, ideas, things that you guys want to know about, things that you guys want to do, you can do that as well. We love it when you're here with us. Also, where did I have that over there? The weather today is going to be pretty darn nice. Very windy yesterday, sunny and windy. Today, you're looking at temperatures in the 60s again. Sun, pretty nice for the next couple days here. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, some spot showers maybe for the weekend. Not the best weather, but we have another couple days of what appears to be absolutely gorgeous weather. So jump in. You can see that as well. Appreciate it, you guys coming in with us as we talk all those things that are happening. I want to give a shout out too for people who do things and they're not looking for attention. But there was a North St. Louis businesswoman. She literally transformed, or is transformed, the old abandoned Grand Motel into a refuge for homeless women and children. The thing that's really, really great about this is the fact that it's helping after the tornado, because that area got crushed, literally crushed by the tornado. And you had people, women and children, who needed help. The renovation is nearly complete. Fresh paint, clean rooms, plans for on-site counseling and job readiness programs. 45 units when complete. That's a big deal. It's going to help out a lot of people. And it's just huge. Buchanan says that she's using her faith, Miss Buchanan, faith in what she has left financially, little that she has financially left, to keep the project alive. She said, we need help. We need donations. These people come every day on the bus. They are so excited and ready to move into their units, but we need donations. She says the old Grand Motel once symbolized neglect, but soon it could stand as a symbol of new beginnings for families still healing from the storms. So that's really cool. Very, very cool story that we see trying to make things happen there for people over there. So a shout out to Monique Buchanan for trying to get that done and trying to help people. It's the proverbial, help people with a hand up, not necessarily just a hand out, to give them away, to try to get back up when life's worst can hit you, because everybody's had some tough times, that's for sure. So good for her from that standpoint. 6:22 on a Wednesday morning. I'm Vic Faust. This is Art City Now. You can go to X, YouTube, and Facebook. Like, subscribe, share the show, jump in, let us know what you guys got going on. We do appreciate it when you guys let us know. If you want to call, you can. 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. Yeah, somebody asked me, if you had an hour to take the prime minister anywhere in St. Louis, where would you take him? If the Australian prime minister stopped in, Vic, go take him somewhere. I have no idea. I guess you talk to the person first. You find out what they like. Where would you take him in St. Louis?
Taking him to my Chinese food spot.
Oh, you got a Chinese. Is it a special one in the St. Louis? Chinese?
Yeah.
Is it shout out time for the Chinese restaurant?
We can shout out Gold Coin Chop Suey, man. We can shout them out.
Gold Coin?
Yeah, Gold Coin. It's out in North City, right by where the tornado hit and everything. But
are they still up in? Are they still in business?
Still up and kicking.
I'm over in that area.
Yeah,
a little bit. Maybe I have to go check that out.
Yeah, I like when my Chinese food spots look like that, because I know it's gonna be really good.
What is it not looking so great from the outside?
Yeah, it doesn't look like that great, but they make really.
Are you saying Vic?
You
shouldn't? Are you saying Vic? You shouldn't stop by?
Oh no, Vic. They'll treat you really nice.
I like it. Oh, we could do that.
Everybody walks in there. It's
nice.
It's like a little
Gold Coin, baby.
It's good though. Did I have it this weekend? I did have it this weekend too. Yeah.
Dang.
St. Paul.
Okay. You have to let me know. Give a shout out for the Gold Coin Chop Suey. Another news headline as we kickstart the show this morning. I don't know how this happens, but we know the St. Louis sheriff has been in custody. I've stayed away from this story because it's like, oh my God, the St. Louis sheriff's in jail, going to jail, this and that. It's like, are you kidding me? Somebody's trying to get in the door, buddy. Did you see that? I couldn't tell. It was so dark outside. Oh, already? Oh, okay. So anyway, the budget was more than $800,000 over budget. And you're like, what? How did this happen? Are you kidding me? Yep, that's what was going on. So it is what it is. And, how that happens, $800,000 in budget makes no sense to me. But you know what? These things happen in life. And now we're trying to clean up and take care of all of the issues that have been going on. And who knows where it's going to go. But right now, that's what we have going on. Let me see. Somebody was giving me some other updates, some information from that standpoint. Oh no. Okay, gotcha. We appreciate you guys being with us as we're here. The St. Louis Sheriff's Office was in a really bad spot. So that report came from the comptroller, $500,000, and we'll see where we go from there. Hey Ryan, could we do some? Could we go to break a couple minutes early? Is that possible when we get a chance? Yeah, and the only reason I say that is because of our guests that were here. I looked at something and I made a mistake. And
I told him 6:30 and not 7:30.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
I know. I'm like, no, but we'll put them in, and because I don't want
right.
they're already up and early.
We can go to break right now.
Yeah, so let's go to break. We'll come back, and what we'll do is we'll have the e-gaming crew from Maryville University. Won't want to miss that really cool interview. Just stick with us. We'll take a quick break. We are Art City Now. We're your Lou information station. We are live and on demand at luinfo.com. Producer Rise alongside Vic Faust. It's Art City Now, back right after this.
Website and social media. To life in prison plus 10 years.
Information station streaming.
Time 6:32 on a Wednesday morning. Happy hump day. By the way, if you ever want to jump in, give us a call. You can. We give you that phone number all the time. It's 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. We are your Lou information station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com here Monday through Friday, taking you from 6 to 8 a.m. in the morning. All things St. Louis all the time. The news headlines, sports headlines, entertainment, you name it, we do it. We appreciate you jumping in. Of course, Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us every day from 8 to 10 a.m. The former Blue, Cam Jansen, and Cardinals broadcaster, Jim the Cat Hayes. They'll be talking a lot of the Blues from last night. Another disappointing performance. I know it's early in the year, but, man, I'm sweating through them early, expecting this Blues team to take off, and they just haven't done it yet. Had a good game Saturday, good hockey match Saturday, just did not look good last night. But we've got better news right now. We do bring people in for interviews, and we talk. And one of the bright spots, and I mean for a decade now, bright spots from St. Louis is e-gaming. And it's Maryville University. Maryville University in the house with us today. And I say this with passion and conviction. The number one e-gaming team, e-gaming school in America is Maryville University. Joining us is their director of esports, Dan Clark, and one of their star, and you're going to have to tell me this. Do I call you a player? What do I call?
Yeah.
What do I?
Yeah. Player. I'm not going to get in the whole athlete debate. It's not worth it, you know?
Do you have to? Do people ask you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people in esports.
Adam Eccles, by the way.
Adam.
And Adam, when people hear your voice, they're going to go, oh. And Adam, you are from where originally?
I'm just down the road.
Yeah, just down the road,
Down the
South
road.
County, right?
Yeah. No, I'm from England. I'm a long way from home.
Yeah.
Adam Eccles from England, a long way from home. I love it. All right, Dan, thank you. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Dan, but
No, you're good. So in esports, a lot of people like to defend and say that like the players are athletes, just like real athletes. And it's not worth entertaining that. I don't think that they're athletes. I compare them more to chess players. I remember reading a study a while ago that like chess players during a tournament can burn thousands of calories because they're thinking so hard. I think it's similar, and I think that we can be our own thing. We don't have to call ourselves athletes, you know? And
who cares?
Who cares?
I mean,
it's big enough on its own, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. So Maryville University, I talk about being the number one e-gaming college, e-gaming school in America.
Esports.
Or esports.
Yeah.
I did it again.
No, you're
You
good.
guys on the post, I said esports.
Yeah.
So tell me this. Give us the backdrop, because I've read several stories. One of my best friend's boys both go to Maryville.
Really?
One just graduated. So they started telling me about your esports program like 3-4 years ago. And I'm like, Maryville?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Maryville? I was like, how did this? So then whenever I would hear a story, or I try to read everything I could about you guys. So I'm meeting you guys, but I've been promoting you guys for years. We gave a shout out to Maryville a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that. I really appreciate that.
No, I have never gotten into video gaming, but I love what you guys do. And I love your passion. I love anything that St. Louis is promoting and has good. And what you guys have done makes so much sense. I'll talk to you first about it, Dan. Give us the antithesis of this whole program and how it came about, because you don't just become the best out of nowhere.
Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit tangential. So I was originally going to school at Missouri S&T for biomedical engineering. I realized very quickly I was not as good at math as I thought I was. I competed in Call of Duty a little bit in high school, and so me and my roommate at the time, we were watching esports all the time. This was before all the VC money came in and all that stuff, and we were like watching these interviews with these owners, and we were like, we could do this. So
the VC money from what perspective?
So like a bunch of sports owners bought esports teams in the late 2010s and all that stuff. This was before all that. So we dropped out of school. We were like, we're going to build our own esports team. So we did, and it was called Enemy Esports, and we were very successful very quickly. We made it to the LCS, which was like the NFL of esports at the time, through relegation. And at the time, I was like 20 years old. I was like, I got to get a business degree. I'm going to be a team owner. So I enrolled at Maryville, thinking that like, oh, once I get my degree, I'm going to know business and I'm going to be a team owner, you know? And there was a player on one of my teams at the time who dropped out of school to pursue this, and he was kicked out of his house for that decision. Yeah. And so when he lived on friends' couches, we made the LCS, and I'd never seen like stress leave somebody's body. He's like, I made it, finally, I did it. and then we got relegated shortly after. So at the time, I was like, why are these kids dropping out of school to do this? There has to be a better solution for this, right? And so eventually Maryville saw some coverage about my team on the news, and I was in the president's office the next day, and the president was like, hey, what would it take to bring this here to Maryville?
And what year was this?
This was 2015, late 2014, early 2015. And I was like, hey, listen, if you give me 5 scholarships and 5 computers, I'll bring you an undefeated national championship. And
how long did it take?
1 year.
It
was the same year.
I read the story. It was 1 year.
Yeah, and so my president at the time was like, I have understood every 3 words you've said about esports, but no one's ever come into my office and said, if you give me X, I'll give you Y with this much conviction. So we'll just see if you can do it. And we did it. And so we've had a great relationship ever since, and we've been pretty successful.
Adam, I'd like to get you in since you're sitting right here. You're one of the players.
Yeah.
You're on this team. How many members are a part of the team?
In our team, we have 7 currently. So it's 5 starting players, a sub, and a coach.
Okay.
So we have 7 players. And then throughout the whole program, I think we have like 30 people.
Okay. Clearly, you're one of your team stars. You were brought in today. You were able to get up and do this. And I guarantee you've sat up all night and played video games.
No, I'm a change man these days.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a veteran of the team.
So with that being said, what goes in to being a player, to being somebody who is considered to be one of the best in the country? Because you guys have this team, once again, just like Dan, it doesn't just happen. How does one become an all-star like you are? Because you've heard it. Oh, I play video games, or my kids play video games all day long. And I'm like, not the same.
Yeah, no, it's long hours. Like when I was pursuing pro, it was like 12 hours a day. And when I went
Oh my
pro,
gosh.
it's probably like around 14 hours a day. And it is like a hard, it's long hours. But like the thing is, you're not doing physical activity, right? So I'm not running around. I'm not getting burnt out, only a bit mentally. But like, it's a long time. You got to critically think. It's not just like mindless playing games. You're not sat back on your couch playing 2K or FIFA or whatever. Like you're playing and you're trying to determine what's the best move. You're making all these calculations. You had it all the time. So it's like a lot of time and effort that goes into it.
I'll build off that for a sec too. So like talking about 12 hours, 14 hours a day, a lot of the players that come up, they're really only focusing on that. So at Maryville, the thing that we focus on is like trying to make them well-rounded individuals, trying to get them healthy, trying to get them going to the gym very often. A lot of those like very basic, like personal housekeeping things make a huge deal in game.
Balance.
Yeah, exactly. And so
you've seen balance works.
100%. I think that 14 hours a day is excessive. I think you can get really good practice in 6 hours, right? Less than half that time. And I think there's a point that you get when you're playing video games where you get to useless practice, where you're just playing the game, right? You're not consciously thinking about how you're improving. And so those are the types of things that we focus on.
You're a manager.
Yeah. and we have to do that at Maryville because the kids are now full-time students on top of that, right? So they got to balance that.
So and the position that you're in, do you teach as well? Or is it everything is about the esports program?
Yeah, everything's about the esports program. So I do fundraising, I do a lot of the recruitment, and then I focus a lot on the one-on-ones with the players.
I hope you get bonuses.
Yeah, we get bonuses for winning.
I was going to say, you need to get some big bonuses put all the time in.
Yeah.
For those joining us, we've got Dan Clark. He is the director of the esports program at Maryville University, and also Adam Eccles, one of the kids that was recruited, or young men that was recruited from England to come be a part of the #1 team in America. Producer Rye, you wanted to jump in.
Yeah, it's a question for Adam. So since you're playing so much like comp 24/7, basically, do you ever have the time to play with like your IRLs or like just your friends, or do you feel like that lowers your like thing, like lowers your?
Wait a minute, can you educate me? What are the IRLs?
In real life friends.
In real life friends,
Okay.
like now that I don't play like comp 2K, I just play with my friends.
Mhm.
Like we're just cool and just having fun. Like, do you do that, or you have to just play straight comp? Like,
No, you can do both. And it's kind of like you kind of switch your brain off in a way because
Yeah.
the game's all about habits, right? So if like it's like same like a sport, right? You have like these habits that you have to get into. So when you play with like your IRLs who are like 20 ranks lower than you, right? You kind of have to switch off your brain and like try not pick up the habits. But I can do it every now and then. But like when I'm like pursuing, when I'm like, I really want to get in form, I'm like, no, I got to be playing the best people all the time just to make sure my level's at top condition.
From that standpoint, what is it, guys, that's separating you from other teams around America? And Dan, it's easy for you to say, well, of course, it's me. I'm the director. Is it the player? Is it the entire program? Is it the wholeness of a person? What is making you guys so good?
I think it's the culture. So, like we've been around for 10 years, right? So the first few years we're kind of all over the place, but as we've had more time with our program and we've promoted a lot of people within, so a lot of our coaches are former students and former players that have gone pro and then come back and work for us. We've been able to instill a culture that I think a lot of other schools haven't had the time to kind of build up. So like we have a very strong gym culture in our program. When we get a new freshman that comes in, the seniors are bringing them to the gym. They're teaching them healthy habits, and it's not like we don't have to micromanage them at this point anymore. It just kind of runs itself. And so I think that because our season's basically year round, I think the only couple of weeks I get off are around Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Because our team is so good.
It's a year-round season.
Yeah, so our team is so good that we also participate in semi-professional as a collegiate team. We're one of the few in the country that are at that level to do that. We've actually won the semi-professional league as a college team. Can you explain that when you get a chance? The difference, because you've got the college atmosphere, but then you're also semi-pro. How does that work? And I guess you don't have to worry about getting paid in regards to where we are in 2025 with athletes and NIL. Right, and so the ecosystem for esports is pretty open. So like if I have 5 friends and I want to try to compete, our team there's a system for our team to rise through the ranks depending on how good we are. So if we're a college team and we want to try to promote to tier 2, which is the league right below the professional league, we can do that. And so we've done that as Maryville. So we've gone through like the division below semi-pro, and then we've qualified for pro through qualifiers, and we play in those things. We won semi-pro last year with our League of Legends team.
Oh, wow. Congrats. And those were all Maryville kids?
Yeah, and we were representing fantasy author. He's a pretty famous fantasy author, Brandon Sanderson's brand at the time called Dragon Steel. We went undefeated, actually. So highly successful. We've sent, I think, 15 players to pro over the last 5 years, which is like a 22% success rate. When you compare that to NCAA, which is like less than 0.5%, it's pretty good, you know?
How long is the average, quote, pro career right now for somebody who's playing? Can it be as quick as a couple months to a couple years?
Yeah, so that's why I think the collegiate ecosystem is so important, because a player's shelf life, it depends on the team, and staff are under a lot of pressure to perform in the professional league. So a player's career could be anywhere from a few months to 10 years. I think that's going to stabilize as salaries continue to increase, right? Because the other half of it is like, I'm 22 years old now. I'm playing this game for 14 hours a day. Maybe I meet a girl. Maybe there are priorities in my life that like I'm building out, and I can't spend 14 hours a day on something.
You're a counselor too, of course.
Yeah.
Adam, you're straight from England. Did you know anything about St. Louis before? And I don't know how it happened, if you contacted Maryville or if Dan and Maryville found you.
I contacted Maryville. I didn't know much about St. Louis. I think I looked around the cities because I was in America before on an athlete's visa, by the way, so I can technically say I'm an athlete. And one of the teams was based in St. Louis, so I was like, I could move there. But no, I contacted Maryville because it's one of them where I was playing in like the professional leagues for a few years, and like as we mentioned, the shelf life is not that long. I had a good few years, which is like a long time in esports at this point at the very top. And then I just messaged Maryville. I was like, hey, I'm interested in coming to school. Like I want more of a stable lifestyle. And then trialed there from England on like 150 ping, which is like, the internet connection is so delayed. I'm all the way in England and made it through that, and never looked back since.
What year are you?
I'm a senior.
Okay, so you'll this May or
yeah.
So what happens for you when you finish up in May?
Hopefully get a job.
Okay, well, I didn't know if you go pro.
Okay.
Or how that works that Dan was just talking to us about.
So my story and a lot of people in esports, it's kind of like the opposite. So I've been pro for like many years. I started playing pro when I was like 17.
Oh my God. So this is just like for fun now.
Yeah, I guess in a way, yeah, it is. Like, but
I'm a recovering professional.
Literally. And I think that's a lot of people Dan gets. It's like these people have played pro maybe 1-2 years, and then like they realize, it's maybe not working out just because like it's not that long of a career compared to sports.
Can you support yourself? I mean, if you're good.
Yeah. If you're
we've had players that have been signed from Maryville that make upwards of $300,000 a year.
That's it.
Yeah. I had a player on my professional team that we were paying $1 million a year too. So
wait a second, on your team?
Yeah, because I've run a couple of pro teams in the past, so we've had a really high.
Well, that gets into the VC that you were talking about earlier for people who don't know, in the venture capitalist, and you talked about a previous owner too. There's a lot of money in this as well.
Right.
Can you guys explain how that happens, how that money is transferred, and why people with businesses and money love to be involved in the video gaming? It's just one of those things. So they see, oh, there's a lot of advertising dollars here too.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's how all the money gets generated.
Yeah. So there's a couple buckets. There's prize money, there's sponsorships, and just like the only thing that we're lacking that sports has is like butts and seats and tickets. I mean, we have major tournaments. Like one of my teams has played at Madison Square Garden before, but they're pretty irregular. Those events can get millions of viewers. It just depends on the game. I think that for a lot of business owners, esports is like kind of a marketing thing for like an umbrella company. Like for the publishers, as an example, if I'm hosting there's this game called Dota, and they have a tournament called the International, which is their world championship every year. The prize pool for that's like $30 million. And what they'll do is they'll produce in-game items that you can buy when you're playing the game. And when there's millions of people playing the game and they want to tune in and they want to watch this, they buy this and then adds the prize pool, and the prize pool keeps growing and growing and growing. It's very interesting because you gotta realize that like in football, nobody owns the ball. Like you and I could go create a competing product for the NFL tomorrow if we really wanted to. It'd be pretty stupid, but we could try, right? And in esports, the IP is owned by the publishers, and this is a product that generates a ton of money. And so a lot of these publishers see esports as a marketing effort for their titles, right? Because the money that they're making off the game isn't necessarily from esports. I think that's a very small amount.
Yeah.
It's mostly from like the purchasing of items in the game and like the casual players and all that stuff.
I mean, this blows my mind. Talking with Dan Clark, he's the director of the esports program at Maryville University. Also, Adam Eccles, one of their players with us today. When it comes to these national championships, let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You've won how many national championships again in how many years?
20 in 10 years.
Okay. The first time I read that, I went, wait a second. How could they have 20 national championships in 10 years? Explain how that is. And there's the different tiers and the games.
Yeah, you got to look at it like the word esports is synonymous with the word sports in the sense that like every game is its own esport, and players specialize. So he doesn't play more than one game. He plays a single game, and that's how much dedication it takes to be good.
And your expertise is in what, Adam?
My game's Valorant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's very popular.
Yeah. We teeter-totter between 3 and 4 games in our program. There are a lot of programs in the country that have up to 10 games that they're supporting. We want to be immensely good at very few things. We want to be like the Gonzaga of esports at the end of the day, where like when Michigan State and Ole Miss and all these programs exist, we're at the top, but we're very, very good and we have very high results at a small amount of games. So when we say 20 national championships in 10 years, there are years where we're winning 2 or 3 a year across our 4 games. Right?
How many games are there that you can win national championships in right now?
I'd say there's 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm curious, who else is good around the country besides Maryville?
So Winthrop University is really good. It's a hard question because like I would say like there's 6 programs in the country that can test us and give us a match, and then there's a pretty steep drop off. But I think it's just because it's so new, you know. It's just the level that we're at. Like there's kind of a slurry of like Michigan State, Ole Miss, Boise State, UCLA, UCI, etc. that exists. But I think as it stands right now, the smaller schools are the ones that are kind of dominating the ecosystem.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because there's just a lot more red tape at these larger institutions.
Okay.
It's going to take a little bit more time for them to kind of build steam. Syracuse made a huge several $1 million investment into esports in the last couple of years. So did UT Dallas. And I think that as they continue to develop their programs, they're going to be indexing more into scholarships. And I think the biggest advantage that Maryville has is a lot of our staff come from professional. And I would say that we're really the only esports program in the country that has former professional staff. And so it's very easy for me to convince someone like Adam to come here because it's going to be an environment that he's used to. He's not going to be coming to a school where the guy has nothing to teach him. Does that make sense? And so
do you have the ability to teach/coach these players that you bring onto the team because you don't know where everybody has come from?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the game. So like there are games that I know better than others, but for the games that I don't know well, like for his game Valorant, we brought in MCE, who is a very storied professional coach. He coached for several years. And so we kind of give our coaches long leashes to kind of run their teams as they see fit. And
Maryville, the big spender, baby.
Yeah.
I would imagine that with the success that you guys have other schools come and tried to lure you away. It's just like the coaching profession.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to name the schools, but there's been a lot of Power 4 schools that have tried to hire me. And
I mean,
bring my
I
program
would.
in. Yeah,
That's what they do.
Yeah.
You coach schools, you coach players.
yeah. For me, like I went to Marquette High School. I'm a dual citizen. My dad's from Canada, and so for me, like the idea of
What part of Canada?
Toronto.
All right,
Yeah,
there you
yeah.
go. Congrats.
Leafs.
Yeah, well, go Leafs, but congrats to the Blue Jays.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in the World Series.
That game
starting
was
this week.
insane, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, and so
You guys have won an NBA title. You've got a chance to win a Major League Baseball title, and Toronto Maple Leafs are nowhere to be found.
baseball city, I guess, you know.
Go figure.
And so for me, it's like I think that it says something from a legacy perspective that if like Michigan State and Michigan and all these huge P4 schools exist and Maryville's still up there kicking their butts, I think it says a lot. So for me, I think I like that. I like that challenge, and I kind of want to put on for St. Louis. Like Maryville means a lot to me. I have a lot of mentors that have made me who I am today when I went to school there, and so representing the school and making sure that Maryville is notorious for something is super important to me.
Adam, what kind of games besides Valorant, which you're playing a lot, what are the other games that are, I guess, considered to be the ones that people are competing in right now?
It's like I only specialize in Valorant.
Okay.
So I used to play a different game called Counter-Strike. I was professional in that. Then when Valorant came out, I kind of switched over, but that's like a unique case. That's like being like a tennis player and playing like ping pong, right? It's kind of the same, it's a little bit different. Some skills transfer, but it's like I said, we're putting so much time into this one singular game. I could launch up any of the titles at Maryville and I wouldn't stand a chance. Like me and you would probably be on like equal levels, right? Because just absolutely useless.
I play Deadlock with him and he's really not good at that.
Yeah,
game
I'm not that good at other games. It's quite weird because like even my story, like I started off, I was like the last pick, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it just somehow clicked and I just took off.
How did you become so good at it? Because over the years, I've heard so many parents, oh, my kids are just playing video games. Oh, they do this. Oh, there's an esports team. Oh, my kids would probably be good at that. And I'm like, yeah, I think there's a whole lot more to that. How did you become good? How did you become excellent and excel? I
just played a lot. I think I didn't even like want to go professional at the start. I didn't even think that was like attainable. I was like, I'm enjoying this game right now. I want to get better. And I just kept getting better and kept getting better. Then all of a sudden I was in like the top lobbies with like top players. Then I got scouted by like a top player, then went to like his pro team at the time. And this was like 2015. So then I ended up joining his team. I signed a pro contract for like $150 a month. But like when I was in high school, like this was insane, right? This was absolutely incredible. And then we got invited to go to events in London. So I'm from a small town up north in the UK. So it was like a 4 or 5 hour journey to London. My mum's like, they're scammers, don't go. You're not allowed to go. So I had to convince my mum. And then, yeah, I just kind of went from there.
Wow. Talking with Maryville's esports program. I love the fact that this is something that's still growing.
Yep.
And you guys aren't even this sport. It's not even sport activity, whatever you, it's not even close to scratching the surface yet, is it?
No, you got to think about it like to believe in esports, you have to make 2 assumptions. The first assumption is that the world is going to become more digital. And the second assumption is that people are going to remain competitive by nature, right? It's pretty easy assumptions to make. And the beauty about esports is like, so I grew up in the USA hockey ecosystem, like hockey interest in the youth, it kind of goes up and down depending on the year. Esports really, like if a new game comes out, that becomes the most popular esport, right? And players will switch to that. So it's really kind of something that follows the trends. And the reality is like as technology continues to improve, like we might not be playing on a mouse and keyboard in the future. It could be a VR game, you know? So definitely like I don't see a world where like 40 years from now, esports is no longer a thing. If anything, I think it'll only become more tied into society and bigger, you know?
But that's the way that I see it from that standpoint. How are you guys with your morning? Can I keep you after the break for a few more minutes?
Yeah.
If that's all right.
Yeah.
There's so many more questions I want to ask you about. And if anybody else wants to jump in on X, Facebook, YouTube, ask questions of our guests from the Maryville standpoint, please do so. Or if you want to call in and ask them a question live, you can do that. The phone number is 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. Talking with Dan Clark, the director of the esports program over at Maryville University, and one of their players, Adam Eccles, straight from England. Any questions, let us know. We'll talk about it. Maryville University, literally considered to be the top program for this in America. And they're based right in our backyard in St. Louis. And it started with Dan about 10 years ago, literally said, hey, you give me 5 scholarships 5 computers, and I'll bring you national titles. And that's exactly, he called his shot. That's exactly what has happened. So we love to promote them as best as we can, not only from the esports program, but Maryville is such a damn fine university when it comes to so many other things that they offer for so many people, not only in the St. Louis area, but around the country. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll finish up talking with them. I wanted to keep them past the break. This is Arch City Now. I'm Vic Faust, producer Rye alongside as well. Rye, what you're into this? Maybe you need to ask a couple questions too.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about like some more questions.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back right after this. We are the Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. High supposed to be about 65, sunny today. Not quite as windy as yesterday if you were out and about, but still beautiful fall weather. The sun is up. It is October 22nd, or at least the sun is rising. Appreciate you guys jumping in as you do every day. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. for Arch Central. Producer Rise alongside. I'm Vic Faust. If you want to give our guest from the Maryville esports team a question, give them a call. Let us know. 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. If you've wanted to know anything about the esports program, how one gets involved, how they are doing so well, the money that's involved with this, getting involved, advertising, anything from that standpoint, now is the time. You can also jump in on Facebook and YouTube and X. We'll try to get to those questions as well. Joining us in studio live is the director of the esports program at Maryville University, Dan Clark. He has built literally from the ground up what is considered to be the number one team in America. And one of their star players, Adam Eccles, joining us, came all the way from England to the Maryville team. Now one of their star members. By the way, I forgot to ask you, Adam, have you won one of those national championships yet?
Yeah, I think we won technically 4 last year with
Yeah.
Valorant.
That's
right?
it. Just I won 4.
Every division we went.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's that easy. Okay, so when is the national championship this year?
It should be they're spread out between like the end of April to early June. It just depends on the game.
Oh, real? Okay. See, that's what I'm trying to learn. So you'll have different points of the year. So this is a year-round thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are leagues that we can compete in and then like fall championships, but we like to kind of index into spring more. Like the fall championships are kind of like warm-up tournaments and all that stuff. We won't enter a lot of stuff to give the players kind of a breather because we go really, really hard in spring, right? And so right now the players are taking more classes than they normally take. So they might take 6 classes instead of 5, and then they might take 4 in spring so they can focus more on the game. So we really try to time the amount of load on the players. And so this is kind of our off season, if you would say, even though we're kind of active still.
Adam, what's a typical day like off season and during season for what I'll call a student athlete?
Well, at this point, I think we're a little bit blessed at Maryville where our team's that good. We're not requiring too much practice at the moment because it's like off season. We're playing a lot of the early round matchups, right? So we're playing these teams that don't have as much resources as they aren't as good as us. So we don't need that like high intense practice. We'll probably do like only like 2 hours a day. Or like individual practice, you can't get the players off the game. That's the thing, though. They're constantly playing. They're working on their craft, all that stuff. They're working hard, so that's enough there. But like in season, like we'll start with something called like theory time. So like we go on like in our game we have maps, like locations, right? Certain maps, and they play differently. So then we'll go into theory with the coach, and then we'll go over, okay, what do we want to work on today? Is it like set plays? Is it mid round adjustments? What's been working, what's not been working. We go through and tweak all that for about an hour. Go into like 2-3
freaking
games.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying like right now you guys are just playing bots, and then like in the next one,
Yeah.
it's like
In comparison, yeah. Like
With all due respect.
Oh yeah, I want to give respect to because these guys are also going to class their practicing hard. So I want to give respect to our fellow competitors. But yeah, like at Maryville, we are a very blessed program where we don't have to worry about those types of teams.
Yeah, when we're playing tier 2, so like semi-pro, and then we have our collegiate playoffs happening and all that stuff, some of our teams will be like double or triple blocking, which a block is basically you aren't like on a field running drills in esports, you're scrimming. So we will set up a scrim with another team.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times it'll be a professional team, and that's a block, and a block is usually 3 hours. So when we're in season, triple blocking, that means we're playing 3 blocks a day. That could be 9 hours plus theory time. So that it gets really intense, especially once we get to national championship season. The players are getting into final season with school and all that stuff.
I mean, it blows my mind, the whole situation. So your national championships are going to be where this year?
So the locations usually get announced end of December. I would assume one of them will be in Orlando and one of them will be in Vegas this year.
So are you sitting next to your competitors while you're playing?
Yeah. So we're on a stage usually. There's bright lights. There's people in the crowd, all that stuff. It's broadcast. There's commentators. There's
Is there
analysts.
trash talking going on?
Yeah. So like, especially in this game, there's like, yeah, the way his game works is it's like, there's 13 rounds, or you got to win 13 rounds to win the game. And in between rounds, there's a little bit of a break. So if we have make a big play, someone will get up out of their chair and start yelling, you suck, like just like trash talking and all that stuff,
but, you
or
know,
worse.
But on radio, I remember my first event I played. So I'm from the UK, and like trash talk is very common. Like I grew up going to like these events where like you're across the desk, you know, where the producer across the desk, like
the English
watching these
trash
people.
talk a whole lot more in America.
Yeah, so you just stand up, you're pointing and you trash talk. And I remember I did it so much my first event, and like because I guess people weren't used to it in college here yet. And then we had like a director saying like, "Hey, he can't do that. He needs to stop. Like he's not allowed to say that." And it's just like it's just a part of the game. Like,
it's a fully mental activity. So like you got to think like Brad Marchand, hockey, the Rat.
Oh yeah.
If you can get in someone's head in an esports game, you're going to win the game.
Exactly.
You're literally going to win the game. And so that's like a whole dimension to it.
Talking with the superstars from Maryville University's esports programming. What about the technology? Where do you see this going? Because right now, I look at the games. You have multiple games that you guys can play, but you talked earlier about where this could go.
Yep.
Where do you see it going in the short term?
I think that you're going to see a lot more esports coming from cell phones, like mobile games. Okay. So mobile games are massive in China and in Asian countries. Like I was in China and there was a like 50-year-old woman on the bus playing PUBG, which is like a hardcore esport. She was playing it on her phone.
I'm sure you started smiling.
Yeah, I was like, where am I right now? And so I think that that'll grow. And I think that like VR, as it improves, there will be some VR esports in the future. I don't see us playing on a mouse and keyboard for the next 25, 30 years. But I think that for the next 10 years or so, it's safe to say that we'll be playing on a mouse and keyboard in the largest esports titles. If you have a kid and they want to get into this and they want to make money and all that stuff, buy them a PC as soon as possible. There are some games on like the PlayStation or the Xbox that you can go pro in, like Call of Duty, but the majority of esports titles, to give them the most freedom, you're definitely going to want to be on the computer.
Are you promoting any sort of PC?
Not currently, no. So with us, like players are very particular about their equipment, just like golfers are very particular about their clubs and how they're built and all that stuff. So one of the things that we do here at Maryville is we don't want to force our players to use specific equipment if they prefer.
This is phenomenal.
If they prefer something, because that could make all the difference in a match.
But there's no rules against what you're using.
No, I mean, like if you modify your stuff, it's not allowed. Some of the national championships we go to, we have to tell them this is the equipment that we use, and they have to order it themselves. And then they give you something that is still in the package, so they know that it hasn't been tampered with before we go on stage. So it's very controlled, because it's very easy for someone to like modify a keyboard or a mouse and make them aim better or things like that.
That's what I was getting at from that standpoint.
So my question is, say somebody like me, right? Like I know I want a different PC, but I don't want to like game, and I also want to have like a good PC for content creation, like for stuff like that. Could you guys help with that, or is it just like,
oh, we could give you the PC part picker easy, we'll build that for you, no problem.
Build it for me too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to talk to you, because I'm saving up for a PC. I'm buying one in November, but I'm trying to see if I just want a pre-built one or not.
Yeah, you give us the price range, what you want to do with it, easy peasy.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Guys, seriously, how difficult is it to get onto a college team?
It's
I mean, because
quite difficult.
I mean, I want to be realistic for parents. It's very difficult to get Division I football scholarships.
Yeah.
Hockey, basketball. I'm assuming it's the same with e-gaming, if not more difficult.
This is kind of a tangential thing to answer, but I get hundreds and hundreds of emails and calls from parents a year saying, "Oh, my kid's been playing Fortnite all day. He's really good. You should give him a look." There's a very big difference between that and like being.
So they already, these parents obviously know about Maryville.
Yeah. And it's from all over the country. And we don't really recruit from St. Louis. We can recruit from like Mongolia and Britain and Australia. Like we're bringing in the best of the best from all over the world. Are you doing all this traveling? Yeah. Sometimes I'll fly out and I'll meet parents. It just depends. I'm waiting for the day that we can bring in a homegrown St. Louis kid, and I think it's coming. So
wouldn't that be nice?
So right now there's 6,000 kids in Missouri that play high school esports, and they have a state championship. CBC is Unreal at esports here in town.
A friend of mine's son played on one of their, I guess, their state championships.
Yeah, they're very good. But I think it's only a matter of time before we start recruiting out of high school for our team. But like we're one of 580 schools in the country that give scholarships for esports right now, and so I would say that it's not unrealistic for someone's kid to get a college scholarship playing esports. I would say that it's kind of like to be a national champion football player, there's obviously varying levels to it, right? And so it's very hard to be on Maryville's team. And then like to go pro, you got to think the MLB. There's maybe 1,000 spots in the league. I don't know how many. This is just like a guess. In League of Legends, there's 40 spots in the pro league, and each team there's 5 different positions. There's 8 teams, and so there's 8 spots for your position in the pro league. So it's immensely difficult to become a professional in esports.
Like literally, I'm gonna say it for the viewers that are like just casual gamers. Just because your kid is like 13, 14, he comes home from middle school and he's playing like from 6 to 10 drinking Mountain Dews does not mean that he's going to be like he's super good.
But what are the realistic opportunities for kids who are playing right now and growing up? Because you don't ever want to tell somebody you can't do something or it's too hard. But at the same point in time, what can be done?
So we also have an academy program, which is our walk-on program at Maryville. We have 110 kids in that, and these are kids.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, these are
110 kids.
Yeah, these are kids that are maybe not at the level to be on our varsity teams, but they want to come to Maryville and they want to learn things and they want to get better at the game or get involved in our content side or management or analysis. And so what I would tell parents is like, if your kid is into this, you should support it, because for me, when I look at esports, you learn the same things through esports that you learn through youth sports, right? And so things like sportsmanship, camaraderie, conflict resolution, problem solving, these are all things that can be built on through esports for kids. And if your kid might not be super into sports, this is something that can be immensely important to their lives. And so if they get involved in their local high school team, I think it's highly realistic that they can end up at a school, and if not on a scholarship, at least in a community where they can make friends and build their own skill set.
I'm thinking about the business aspect too.
Yeah.
From that standpoint, let me ask you this: if you're at Maryville University from a business standpoint, couldn't you get involved from a business standpoint, marketing, promotions, sales,
100%,
with things that are happening with the e-team or the e-gaming industry from that standpoint as well?
So we have a kid at Maryville.
I want to get involved now.
He won the Rocket League state championship at Hickman High School.
Oh, in Columbia. Huh?
Yeah. And he wasn't quite good enough to be on our team, but he was super obsessed with the media aspect and like making montages and 3D motion graphics. And so he does that for all of our media. He built our McDonald's meal deal advertisement that McDonald's now runs for the Maryville Esports meal deal, which runs on weekends. And he's extremely talented. He's one of the best media guys I've seen pro collegiate anywhere. And as soon as he graduates, he's going to have a ton of job opportunities. So you can, it's not just playing the game. You can get involved in any aspect of the industry, and high school, collegiate, these are places that you can kind of build that craft, you know?
I'm just blown away by what you guys have been able to do. And not just because you're in studio and talking to you face to face, but what you've been able to do for Maryville from that standpoint too. I mean, Maryville was already a good school. Now it's been put back onto the map from a international standpoint, which is just phenomenal. And that's what the show's about. We promote St. Louis. It's all about St. Louis. And I can't think of any other place where we would want to talk and start than Maryville.
Yeah.
Wait, so when there was like that meal on McDonald's on the app that had Maryville on it, it was you guys.
Yeah.
That's why I kept saying that. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah. We sell a lot of meals for them. I think it's because we picked a good meal. We got rid of the drink and we added extra food. We got nuggets, a burger, and But I mean, Maryville's unreal, and we're looking at D1 hockey here soon.
Yep.
So Maryville's on the up and up. It's really fun to represent.
Program as well.
Oh yeah.
What about this aspect? I had no idea. And it's so phenomenal. That's why I've kept you. And thank you for staying long with us.
No,
today.
You're good.
You can bet on college e-gaming.
Yep.
Please explain this to me and where you go and how you do this.
I don't know the exact sites, but we get a lot of messages on our team account if we lose games that are very angry with us.
Oh, they're probably threatening you, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%.
It's the same thing like football, basketball, hockey players.
Yeah, and a lot of the audience, I would say, are these betting folks. You can do it on crypto websites. You can do it on some of the more popular websites. It just depends. Just like college football, just like college basketball, there are money lines for our esports games, and it's pretty unprofitable to bet on Maryville because we're usually the favorite, you know?
Oh, I get. Well, so how? I mean, let's say you have like Missouri was going to play Missouri State in football.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Missouri would be like a 35, 40 point favorite.
Mm-hmm.
How would are there lines that are set for your games? Does somebody set the lines, or is it just straight up?
Somebody sets the lines. It just depends. Like you can bet on the teams, and then you can also bet perform to a certain level if he's going to get a certain amount of kills or assists or deaths. There's like a whole list of things that you can bet on. It's crazy.
Where do you find that?
On the internet. I'm not going to plug any betting. I'm not going to plug any betting sites.
I'm asking. Yeah, I'm asking because it's I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, you found it already.
Yeah, I can bet on League of Legends right now if I wanted to on Prize Picks or something like that. But
yeah,
it's nothing to see here, of course.
Okay, what are the games younger people or kids should be focusing on right now if they want to have a shot at getting onto teams anywhere or getting some of that scholarship money? That you said 508 schools offering some sort of scholarship.
Yeah, so I would say like Rocket League, Valorant, League of Legends, Overwatch. A lot of schools are now starting to index into 2K and Madden. So there's some sports titles that are involved. Yeah, like they have a Madden national championship every year. I think that if you want to get ahead of the curve, Valve is releasing a game in the next couple of years called Deadlock. I think that's going to be the biggest game in the world when it comes out. If Valve makes a game, usually it's going to be a huge esport. They made Counter-Strike and Dota, which are two of the largest esports in the world. The Counter-Strike majors around the world get millions of viewers, and they're a huge deal.
Gosh.
Deadlock. If you are a kid out there and you're looking for a new game, get invited to the Deadlock beta. That game is going to be huge, I think.
Is this ringing for you, producer?
Yeah, no, I understand what they're saying. Also, like when you said like people are emailing you about Fortnite and stuff, like I don't think they understand like just like how different it is playing against a PC player. It is like the way they can move they're using their analog. I mean, not analog. They're using their mouse and keyboard, bro. They're not using a controller.
Yeah, like how much time do you think you spent throughout your life aim training?
Aim training, like specifically, probably like 1,000 hours plus of just like
on
a mouse and keyboard. Like I can like flick to anywhere on like the screen that I want at any point. That's kind of like the level to it, and it like takes out thousands of hours training. But that's essentially where it is. Whereas like on a controller, you got to turn your joystick and you got to pivot around slowly. So like it is like a complete different level. And that's why the skill cap on PC is so much higher.
Yeah. So aim training, it's not playing the game. He's literally in a program, and there's dots that appear on the screen, and he's like as quick as he can, like getting onto the dot and clicking, and so there's like a full dimension to that. That's the other thing is it's like when parents say that like their kids are playing this all day, like aim training is a huge part of it and stuff. And so like that's very boring. It's very tedious. It's like going to the gym. It's like doing that type of stuff. But those are the things that are required.
It's the same thing in other sports too. The things that make you great are the fundamentals.
Yeah,
and they're boring.
So you'll see our players before games. Some of them have their own routines to get ready for the games. We'll have some players that literally just sit there and they're just clicking dots for like 30 minutes before the game to get their mouse hand warmed up.
The hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
The hand dexterity. All of that.
Quick question. So I remember there was this guy. He was like he used to play like a lot of 2K, but he wasn't like he was good, but he wasn't like comp, right? But he was the first legend because he played so much, and he had I think he hurt his hand. Has that ever happened? Has there been any like corpus tunnel or anything?
Yeah, so we had a player last year on the Legends team. He was our mid laner. And
what do you mean by mid laner?
So like there's different positions in that game. There's top, jungle, mid.
Okay.
Basketball, and that like every role on the team is very specific and different, right? He was having really bad wrist issues right around our playoffs. And so we were faced with like, can you play through it? Do we need to get you a doctor? So we took him to the doctor. He didn't need surgery, but as soon as the national championship was over, we gave him a break and then he went in and they just we're figuring out now that he might need surgery. And so there is a lot of wrist and biomechanical issues that happen with esports. I would say that like the more prevalent issues are mental health issues.
Yeah.
Just because you're so locked in and match day is such a small amount of time that you have to perform, and it can really weigh on you if you don't perform. And so I would say it's a lot more mental than physical, but we do get a lot of like physical injury. It just depends.
Wow. All of this has been so fascinating. Hey, we've got a couple minutes here. Anything that we haven't talked about that you think is important, representing yourself, the team, the school? I mean, we've been able to cover a lot, but just want to give you a final opportunity. Make sure that we're not missing anything. I
just want to plug Maryville has been incredible for me in my life and my players' lives. I was a professional team owner, and the feeling that I get from watching our players graduate and succeed later in life, like I've won world championships, and I think that it's not comparable, the feeling that you get seeing that to winning a world championship. And it's all thanks to the resources and the support that we get from Maryville, not just from like a financial perspective, but from a campus perspective. The teachers are all very bought in. If our players have to go to a tournament, they're very helpful in terms of like homework deadlines and making sure that the players are supported properly. And so none of this would be possible without the buy-in from our campus. And I think that that's a huge difference maker when it comes to like how well we perform. And so just a huge shout out to Maryville.
And Adam, what do you want to do? Once you graduate, you said hopefully find a job. Here's an opportunity for you to throw yourself out there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm trying to get into the tech scene. I'm working with a lot of AI at the moment, a little bit of controversy behind that, but I'm doing that. So I'm looking to be like a software engineer one day. I think that's like my pivot for the future. I've had my time in esports. I'm 25 now, and that's ancient in esports. So like my time's up, got a few wrist issues, can't really flick around as much anymore. So like I'm on the way out, 25 and retire. But yeah, apart from that, looking for any tech opportunities, hit me up. Let's go.
Hopefully we'd be able to keep you in the St. Louis area somehow, some way. It's always great to keep great people and educated people and people who want to be in that business in the St. Louis area. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but if somebody has, his name is Adam Eccles. You can find him over at Maryville too.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you, man. What a great segment with you, as we appreciate it. We'll hook back up. Of course, we'll get you back on and go Maryville. I don't know. Is it possible to pick up like 4 more national championships this year?
I think so for sure.
Okay.
And one last thing I want to say too is like if you're a parent in the St. Louis area and a kid is really bad at video games and he's deciding what school he wants to go to, we have a ton of opportunities for them to get involved if you want them to stay in town. So just don't think that like we're some super elite program that is inaccessible. There are things that we can get your kids involved in. So yeah, and do you want to?
And as well, like for the academy, like I coach the academy team, so I'm a player who's had many years pro experience, and I work one-on-one with like the academy players and like try and help them try and reach the spots that I've been to as well.
Are
so,
you
like,
allowed to kind of like a tutor?
No, I'm not
coach?
allowed to because I'm an international, but the other people are. But like I do it for the school, right? So I work with the academy team.
Because there's a lot of people who spend a lot of money on
yeah.
specialized individual training for some other sports.
Yeah.
So it's along the same lines, but we have people for like League of Legends, Overwatch, all these like experienced pros that come in, work one-to-one with your child and get them to that level if they do come to Maryville.
And one final question. Is this for boys and girls?
100%. Yeah.
And so you'll find women, females, girls playing in the esports too.
Oh yeah. I would say that the distribution is pretty close to 50-50 at this point.
So you have males and females on your team?
Not currently, but in the past we've sent a female to the professional leagues.
Okay,
yes.
fantastic.
In our academy program, I would say that
So I want parents to understand it's for boys and girls.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Okay. You guys rock. Maryville University in the house. Dan Clark, Adam Eccles, guys, thank you so much for being here. We'll keep in contact with you, and who knows, we'll do some more things. My mind's spinning to get all of the promotion that we can.
Come to one of our tournaments sometime.
I'm going to. I'm going to come with one of my sons. 5 years ago, I was watching my son watch people play video games, and I couldn't get it out of my head. He's like, Dad, I want to get better. And I'm like, okay, I get it then.
Send them to our summer camps. Easy.
Well, yeah, they missed their opportunities. They're too old now, but we'll watch. Guys, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is Art City Now. Producer Rise alongside I'm Vic Faust. We will come back with more of the show right after this. Thanks again to Maryville University. We are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. Follow us every day from 8 to 10 a.m. I was like, no, the Blues are gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed at a decent time tonight. And then I got sucked in. I watched the whole thing. Then it goes to overtime, and I'm like, oh man. And then if we were gonna lose, at least it was over fast. Not to get too much into the X's and O's of it, but Bucci got caught out on the ice, got tired, took a penalty, and of course the Kings made it hurt. Blues lose in overtime, pick up 1 point. The problem is, man, we're talking about 3 losses at home early. Yeah, you pick up a point, but I'm sorry, a loss is a loss. 3 damn losses at home to start the season, especially when Bennington looked so good last night. I mean, he was really, really, really good. First goal wasn't even his fault. So, yeah, Maryville e-gaming in town, in our backyard, the best, at worst, one of the best teams in America. And it all started because you had a guy, Dan Clark, who had a vision, had a dream, and was in the e-gaming industry. And he said it was good that he wasn't good at hockey. His dad was an OHL player. He didn't get the talent, but he certainly got the e-gaming talent. And now he's creating something that is unmatched at Maryville. Glad to have those guys in studio. You like it too because the standpoint of you're a video gamer. You like it. You see it from producer I's standpoint about what the possibilities are in a variety of areas. Not only playing it, but business after and making money and entrepreneurship.
It's a booming business, and it's something that can keep growing with technology as well, with AI, as well with streaming and stuff and podcasting. I really think esports is something that a lot of kids that are not like, I'm not going to say like athletically or like, but like, if you're not 6'6" or 6'7", it's kind of hard to make it to the NBA.
Yeah, no, that's like, true. Size with football as well.
Yeah,
trust me, I get it.
But you can work super hard at being good at a game and being top. You can work super hard and get there.
Yeah, we get a lot. We had a long interview with them. I mean, a lot to get to. By the way, the Blues back in action Thursday night. There's no way they're not winning Thursday night at home against Utah. There is no way. There is no way. If I'm a betting man, I'm putting it all on the Blues on Thursday night. Yes, I'm going there. There is no way they lose again. Sports standpoint, World Series starts Friday. Obviously, Dodgers at Toronto. Dodgers are favored in that first game, by the way. They've got Blake Snell on the mound, their pitcher. No wonder. NBA kicked off again last night. OKC gets a win by a point over Houston. They look pretty good. Golden State takes down the Lakers. By the way, Mr. Albert Pujols is not going to be the Angels manager. They hired somebody else yesterday, but Pujols meeting with San Diego today. If I'm in Southern California and I'm not coaching the Dodgers, I want to coach the Padres, not the Angels. So maybe they've got the lineup. The Angels have the lineup. Maybe Pujols lands in San Diego. I know they've got some players on that team that respect him as well. So that could possibly be somewhere that Albert Pujols lands. I would not be shocked or surprised to see that go. Mizzou, Vandy coming up Saturday. We get another day closer. That line, still 2.5 points on that game. Basically a pick 'em. Vandy's ranked 10th. Missouri 15th in the AP, 14th in the coaches poll. All shaping up for a ESPN College Game Day Saturday. Would be fun. Should be fun. Can't wait to see what happens with that football game. So much there for Mizzou. And by the way, following Hot Take Central 2.0 today from 8 to 10 o'clock, you've got the MIZ STL show with Grant Salzman talking all things Mizzou. We love to promote everything that's happening on this network. And by the way, if you're looking for all the content that is being put out there, just go to luinfo.com. There's a schedule of everything. Luinfo. That'll keep you posted on all of those things that are happening throughout the area. By the way, last night at the St. Louis County Council meeting, some news headlines, they decided on using some of that St. Louis Rams money. County Executive Sam Page wanted to use a sizable amount of it to put it into the budget shortfall. Well, why is there a budget shortfall? Is it throwing good money at bad money or a bad situation? I don't know. But right now, the council did approve a $6.2 million contract last night to repave and do road infrastructure improvements in 16 subdivisions throughout St. Louis County. So they've chosen 16 subdivisions. I guess they decided the subdivisions were the ones that needed more repair than others. I don't know. That work represents the second phase, by the way, of a $40 million allocation approved back in April of 2024 for subdivision street repaving and other infrastructures. One of those is in South County subdivisions, Laclede Meadows. Good for you guys. If subdivisions don't get it and you think you should, then I guess you'd be kind of be upset about that. So that $6.2 million contract, by the way, follows $5.6 million award last month. They're both part of the $40 million approved subdivision road work that was approved back in April of 2024. By the way, of the $120 million for St. Louis County in Rams settlement dollars, Page has requested using $20 million for the animal shelter because they've had some budget shortfalls as well there. And then most recently, about $60 million to fill budget gaps. So the county council's not acted on those requests yet, just the subdivision repairs. So if you don't like it, you can make your voices heard, or if you do like it, you can make your voices heard as well. But that was all going down last night over at the county council meeting. So just trying to catch back up on some of the headlines and things that are going on out there because we had such a long day of the interview. So glad that we had that. Also, it was very controversial just over a year ago, but St. Louis County Police are going to reestablish their relationship with First Form. First Form does a lot and has done a lot for St. Louis City, St. Louis County police departments when it comes to funding, donations, filling in the gaps. We all know First Form has been a phenomenal company in the St. Louis area, doing a whole lot of good at a whole lot of places, employing a lot of people as well. Just building from the ground up. The Frisellas have done a phenomenal job. Andy got in trouble just over a year ago. Just made some comments about female police officers. He came back out with a 12-minute apology video, but the police department still disassociated themselves with First Form because of the comments. Well, I've always said this, and I believe it. Time can heal all. It really can. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time for situations than others, but time can heal all. And in this situation, I'm glad to see that time has healed all. It's always better for everybody to get along. Hey, if you make a mistake, apologize and try to move on. If somebody doesn't want to be involved with you, that's up to them. But we all make mistakes, and we should all apologize when we do and move forward. Nobody's perfect. People make mistakes and then try to learn from them. Andy apologized, and now over a year later, the county is going to reestablish that relationship, and that will be good for all. Maybe some people aren't happy. I don't know, but I mean, life's too short. Move forward. If there's a positive that can come from something, fantastic. Make it work. And you try not to hold grudges and give people chances in life. We all need second chances, sometimes third, who knows? But that's a positive story that we're glad that we can promote today from that standpoint where that is happening. So glad that we can promote that, glad that we can push that forward from that standpoint. Also from the news headline, St. Louis Lambert International Airport now will have another flight direct to Portland on a daily basis. Alaska Airlines is providing that. Daily trips to Portland from St. Louis. Didn't have that before. So glad that we definitely have that coming up now. We were talking about the World Series getting started on Friday. Another sports standpoint there. NBA back in action last night. Rye, you hit last night.
Yes, sir.
You hit. You hit.
Man.
Was that your first wagering in a while?
Yeah, I haven't.
First games last night.
Yeah, I stopped sports betting like a year ago, like a year and a half ago.
Was that after losing?
Did I lose? No, I just stopped doing it. Really, I was just like, it's baseball season. Then it became I'm in school. I can't bet because I'm in Iowa. Then it became I'm back.
Oh, at Drake, of course.
Yeah, and then I'm back, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say how you can bet in Missouri before. So like, no, I wasn't betting. So then I was like, man, I can finally bet again. So I'm like, let me just do it. I'm at home. Game started. Kevin Durant over 21 points. He's gonna get at least 22, right?
And you got it. You hit it. What you hit something else too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did it was a what was it? I think I did like a 3-leg, $10 or something.
Okay, good for you.
A little power play.
See, it's all about positive. That's what the show is. We want to keep things positive.
I was like, man, if I lose $10, I'm not gonna be mad. But if I win more than $10, maybe I'll have a good day. So did it.
Well, hopefully you do. You deserve it.
Shout out Luka Doncic.
And he looks thin.
Yeah, he scared me last night. It was second quarter. He had like 2 assists, 3 assists. I was like, hey, man.
I was like, where's the rest of Luka?
Yeah.
He's lost so much weight.
Yeah.
We are Art City now, by the way. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Glad you guys are with us. Hot Take Central 2.0. Cam Jansen follows us with Jim the Cat Hayes. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, it's the MIZSTL show from 10 to 11. And, of course, from 11 to 1, it is the Charlie Tuna and the Posse show. He jumped me yesterday. No way CBC would beat East St. Louis in high school football.
And I agree. I agree.
I talked to some of my experts. One said Eastside would win. The other one said, I'm not going to pick because that would be a good game. I couldn't tell.
It's going to be a good game.
They won't play. And they don't play.
Maurice and Charlie said Eastside's going to just destroy them and all that. I said, I think it's going to be a good game. Brody, on the other hand, said that CVC is going to win because, you know, where he went to. So, But St. Mary's plays CVC this week, this Friday.
That's going to be ugly. Sorry.
St. Mary's, baby.
That's going to be ugly. That's your team, and it's all good. You're allowed. You're allowed. It's going to be ugly.
It's going to be be rowdy at the South Side, baby. You come to John. You go to Bomarito campus. Oh, yeah. You know what's happening.
By the way, you can jump in with us on X, Facebook, YouTube. Talk about St. Louis, talk about the stories we are, anything. If you have interviews, people you want us to interview, you want us to see, like we had the Maryville e-gaming team in today. We appreciate it. By the way, if you're just joining us, the number one e-gaming, esports. I kept saying e-gaming, esports team in America. Blows my mind. The time, the money, the things that are going in there. So we were grateful for them coming in the studio, spending an hour with us and just getting us caught up on everything that's happening. And Maryville's local. We love to promote the local. We get that aspect of it. That's what it's about. We try to do everything we can to promote St. Louis business, St. Louis news, sports, entertainment, whatever the case. That's what we do here. And of course, we try to bring it to you Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. from that standpoint. If you ever want to give us a call, you can do that as well. The phone number, 855-282-8255. Once again, that is 855-282-8255. It was welcomed after watching the Blues losing that last night, which we were talking about from that standpoint as well. But, there's another game Thursday night, Utah in town. Blues need to win that one. You've lost 3 home games already. Not what we want from that standpoint. That's for sure. Okay. The Mizzou game that's coming up this weekend. Last night, you had ESPN doing their mock 12 poll. It's basically just from the straight AP right now. So, it is what it is. You take it from that standpoint. It's not what the final is. We got to see who's going to win, who's not going to win, those things that are coming up from that standpoint. Yes, I had a question. You can contact Maryville. I'll send you a number off air if you want to know more about. Somebody wanted to know about their academy, their programming. So they're teaching kids just like you do. You pay for volleyball lessons, softball lessons, football, basketball, baseball training. Guess what? You pay for e-gaming training as well. They have coaches. They teach you how to become an e-gamer, to be the best that you can possibly be.
Yes.
I mean, it makes sense, right? And all the money that was involved with that is there from the VCs and the professional leagues and everything that is there. It blows my freaking mind.
Also, I don't want to say because I know I said that it's hard to get there. Even if your kid doesn't play for an esports team and he's still good at the game, he can learn how to stream on Twitch, and him being if he's just above average at the game and has a good personality, or she has a good personality, they can make a lot of money playing the game sitting down.
Oh, I'm learning.
So,
I am. I'm learning about it. I'm like, oh, really? You can do this and that. That's
Yes.
pretty damn cool.
basically like a podcast, but you're playing the game.
Yeah. No, I mean, I saw it with my kids 5 years ago or 6 years. I was sitting there. What are you doing? Watching somebody play a video game? I was like, why are you doing that? So I can become better. I'm like, okay. Makes sense. But you want to use the mouse. You want to be able the laptop.
No, yeah, you can get a gaming laptop, but the most of like
PCs.
You want it to be super competitive, a gaming PC, and a gaming PC is upwards from, it's not going to be your regular console price like a $500, $600 thing. A gaming PC is basically a at-home supercomputer. So, like, yeah, it's going to be upwards of 1.5K to 2,000 if you want a pre-built
All right.
PC. That's good.
That's pretty cool. Get into that. Hey, by the way, if there are stories too, let us know. Jump in on X, Facebook, YouTube. Like we said, to promote anything from the St. Louis area. We love to promote businesses, charities, events that are coming up. We'll bring people into studio if they want to get up early enough to do that. It's not always easy, but we love it. Love to do anything and everything we can from that standpoint for you guys when it comes to the Lou and all of our Lou coverage. And boy, what a beautiful day it's going to be in St. Louis. 65 and sunny today. I think it's the same tomorrow. May have some spot showers coming up this weekend. So if people have events going on, that's cool. But man, we have reached the fall weather in St. Louis. This is when St. Louis is great. I mean, it's been great the last month, but maybe a little warm for people who are like, yeah, it's October and we'll go from there. And by the way, Halloween's coming up next Friday. We've had a continuing theme with Halloween going on. What are the best costumes? What are you looking forward to doing from that standpoint? Are you staying home? What do you do at your house? Do you decorate your house? All of those things from a Halloween standpoint. Love it. Love it. Love it. Keep us posted, and everything that we can do there. And of course, when it comes to anything happening, it's you don't have to be a celebrity to shoot out a shout out for somebody. If somebody's done something for you, we talk about the experience you've had in the area. If it comes to a restaurant, a business, anything, we love to share it. We love to get that news out there for you to make sure people know happening. And of course, we love it when you like, subscribe, and share the show and let people know what we're doing here. We're a couple months in. We love it. We show up every day, 6 to 8 a.m., getting things started when it comes to that content. And if you guys want to know, maybe there's a show that you have that you want to do, contact us about that. We'll get you in contact with the right people because we're always looking to put the right content out there, whatever it is, whatever your niche is. You become an expert, you start talking, you let people know what it is from your standpoint. Of course, we get that out there. This is Art City Now, Monday through Friday, as we said, 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen. He's not happy, not after watching what happened with the Blues last night. I forgot to ask him if the Blues did a tribute to John Kelly, who they essentially fired and then went on to do the same play-by-play job with the Kings. So it had to be emotional for John Kelly coming back to Enterprise last night with the Kings, not a member of the Blues. And then, of course, the Kings looked pretty good. The Blues took them 2 periods to get going. Third period, they played with more passion, more energy, more effort, but might have been a little bit too little, too late when it comes to those things that were happening. So anyway, I digress. They're back in action coming up on Thursday. Was there anything else we were supposed to hit, right? I can't remember. I mean, we covered a lot. We're trying to get all those headlines in. I'm just trying to remember from the standpoint of, did we hit everything? Did my laptop went out on me? I can't remember. I'm like, help. I think we had everything covered. We did there.
Well, shout out East St. Louis football. They take on IMG Academy this
Oh,
Saturday.
that's this. Where? Oh,
Yes,
is IMG supposed to be good again this year?
Oh, they're good every year.
Okay. Well, there was one year where they got beat by a couple different teams.
Oh,
with
yeah, of course.
And I was like, what? Okay. Where's that game?
It's down in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going down there.
You're not flying down to Florida, are you?
No, I'm at the 1s and 2s right here, right in the studio. But we will have Maurice Scott doing play-by-play this Saturday at 11 o'clock, where you'll also be able to see Earl Austin's show from 9 to 11 and Wrestling on the Spectrum at 8 this week.
Oh, and that's all on Saturday, right?
All on Saturday. Yes.
And Maurice, he does play-by-play for East St. Louis, right?
Yes, he does.
And of course, he said East St. Louis would beat CBC.
Yeah, he's
Duh.
he's the baseball coach.
Oh, okay. Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
He's not going to say, "Oh, of course, our team would lose to CBC."
Yeah.
Okay, no comment. I'm out of that one. I am completely out of that. So your rundown, you got Mizzou Saturday with Vanderbilt. Looking forward to that. World Series starts Friday night. Blues back in action on Thursday. High school football, you've got Friday and
NBA
Saturday. NBA is back in action. OKC, the defending champs, get a victory last night. They get the rings. They do their banner raising. From that standpoint, St. Louis County Police have reestablished and accepted a relationship with First Form. Glad to hear that from that standpoint of just trying to help and move on, let bygones be bygones, learning from mistakes, moving forward, making things right in the area. Alaska Airlines now has direct flights from St. Louis to Portland. That begins in May, not right now, but that's beginning in May. That's a good shout out for getting more service in St. Louis. Always need more as they make some upgrades to the airport from that standpoint. Ram settlement money being decided for St. Louis County, a portion going to repaving roads, maybe to budget shortfall, maybe to the animal shelter. That would have to still be decided by St. Louis County Council when it comes to the political forum. So, guys, thanks for jumping in again with us today. For producer Rye, I'm Vic Faust. Hot Take Central 2.0 is coming up next. Stay positive. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 a.m.